might be leaking water. Mine's leaking some over here, so if that happens, you guys can go get like a napkin or something. I don't know why they're leaking water, but they are. Okay, so first we have the deltoid muscle. The deltoid muscle is going to be this whole muscle right here. It's like your deltoid. If you touch your shoulder right now, that is your deltoid muscle. And then next we have the supraspinatus muscle. And the supraspinatus muscle is going to be, the angles are going to be a little awkward today because it's like, but the supraspinatus muscle is going to be right here. This is going to be the supraspinatus muscle. Everyone pay attention. Supraspinatus muscle. Supraspinatus is going to be the top portion. The infraspinatus muscle is going to be the bottom portion. So the infraspinatus muscle is going to be this muscle right here. So the supraspinatus is right here, in this area. Right below it is going to be the infraspinatus muscle. More specifically from here all the way to here, infraspinatus muscle. And then next we have the teres major muscle, and the teres major muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Teres major muscle. And then the teres minor muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Teres minor muscle. Teres major muscle. And then next we're going to flip it around, and we're going to have the subscapularis muscle. The subscapularis muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Inner portion. Subscapularis muscle. So you guys are only going to see these next few muscles on the tiny model only, so just remember that. So the first muscle we have is the rhomboid major muscle. The rhomboid major muscle is going to be this muscle, starting from here, going down to here. Rhomboid major muscle. And the rhomboid minor muscle is going to be right above, and it's going to be this little small muscle right here. Rhomboid minor muscle. Once again, this bigger muscle is going to be the rhomboid major muscle. Rhomboid minor muscle. Going back to the arm. First, we have the triceps brachii muscle. And the triceps brachii muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Triceps brachii muscle. And then next, we have the biceps brachii muscle. And the biceps brachii muscle is going to be this top muscle. This is the biceps brachii muscle. Biceps brachii muscle. And then next we have the brachialis muscle, and the brachialis muscle is in the middle. This is going to be the brachialis muscle. Once again, biceps brachii muscle at the top, brachialis muscle in the middle, and triceps brachii muscle on the bottom. And we're gonna flip it. And next we have the coracobrachialis muscle, and that's gonna be this muscle right here. Coracobrachialis muscle is gonna be right here. Going down. And then next we have the brachioradialis muscle. I'm gonna go down lower to the arm. And so the brachioradialis muscle is going to be, to follow my line, this muscle, all of this muscle right here, and then it stops right here. This is where you break the line. Right here. So this is the brachioradialis muscle. Brachioradialis muscle. And then right next to it is going to be the extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. That's going to be this muscle right here. Extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. Extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. And then next to that, this muscle right here, this is going to be the extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle. Extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle. And just to remind you guys, so when you guys are taking your quizzes and practicals from now on, like since we're not doing no more parent terms basically, if you guys mess up one of these muscles, like you get the whole thing wrong. You don't want to get the whole thing wrong. So just to remind you guys, there's no more like 1 point, you know what I mean? If you guys just say muscle, you're not going to get no points. Just a reminder. But once again, this is the extensor carpi radialis brevis muscle. Above it is the extensor carpi radialis longus muscle. And then above that is going to be the brachioradialis muscle. Okay. And then next we have the supinator muscle. And you take this, you're going to take this portion off. It's going to be below, and this is going to be the supinator muscle. Supinator muscle. So next we have the extensor digitorum muscle, and the extensor digitorum muscle is going to be the extensor digitorum muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Allison, can you kill one of the lights? Can you kill one of the lights? Extensor carpi, or I'm sorry, excuse me, extensor digitorum muscle. And then right next to that is going to be the extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. This is going to be the extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. Yeah, that's good. So extensor carpi ulnaris muscle right here. Can anyone guess why it's called extensor carpi ulnaris muscle?
Connects to the ulna.
To the ulna?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Yeah. Once again, extensor carpi ulnaris muscle, and then above that is the extensor digitorum muscle. If you guys have any questions too, don't feel shy. This is a hard lab. Raise your hands. I'll go back and I'll review the term for you guys. Okay, so next we have the anconeus muscle, and the anconeus muscle is literally just gonna be this. If you guys saw the sticker, like going down, or I was just doing this on a quiz, you guys know I'm asking for the anconeus muscle. Flip the arm around. teres muscle. And the pronator teres muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Pronator teres muscle. And then next we have the flexor carpi radialis muscle. The flexor carpi radialis muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Flexor carpi radialis muscle. And then next to the flexor carpi radialis muscle, we have the palmaris longus muscle. And this is going to be the palmaris longus muscle. Palmaris longus muscle. So this is the palmaris longus muscle. This is the flexor carpi radialis muscle, and this is the pronator teres muscle. And then if we get to this muscle right here, this is going to be the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. Flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. Does anybody have any questions so far? No? Next, we have the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle, and that is going to be this muscle right here. Flexor digitorum superficialis muscle, right here. And then next we have the flexor digitorum profundus muscle. It's going to be below this. So the flexor digitorum profundus muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Flexor digitorum profundus muscle. Flexor digitorum profundus muscle. Okay, so now we're going to move up to the hand. So this portion where I'm pointing at right here, making a circle, so you see this muscle, this is going to be the adductor pollicis muscle. Adductor pollicis muscle. Once again, this is the adductor pollicis muscle. Right here, this muscle right here, making a circle, this is going to be the flexor pollicis brevis muscle. Flexor pollicis brevis muscle. And then on the side, we have this muscle right here, making a little circle. This is the abductor pollicis brevis muscle. Abductor pollicis brevis muscle. And then next to that, we have the opponens pollicis muscle. This is this muscle right here. Opponens pollicis muscle. And then next we have the extensor pollicis brevis muscle. Extensor pollicis brevis muscle. And then next we have the abductor pollicis longus muscle. Abductor pollicis longus muscle. Abductor pollicis longus muscle. And then we're going to flip it around. this muscle right here, this is going to be the flexor pollicis longus muscle. Flexor pollicis longus muscle. Flexor pollicis longus muscle. We go back to the hand. This muscle right here is going to be the flexor DGT minimi brevis muscle. The tongue twister one. Flexor DGT minimi brevis muscle. And then on the side, right here, this muscle, this is going to be the abductor DGT minimi brevis muscle. Abductor DGT minimi brevis muscle. And then the opponent's DGT minimi muscle is going to be right here. Opponent's DGT minimi muscle, right here. And then for the lumbrical muscles, if you guys saw me just doing this, like pointing up to like all these like little red muscles in the hand, it's kind of hard to see, but these red muscles, these are going to be the lumbrical muscles. So if you guys saw tape in between this, or I was pointing to this, you guys would know that I'm asking for the lumbrical muscles. And the dorsal interosseous muscle are going to be these muscles right here on the hand, top of the hand. Dorsal interosseous muscle. And then this right here, this is going to be the extensor reticulum. Extensor reticulum. Let me flip it around. And this is going to be this right here on the hand. This is going to be the flexor reticulum. Flexor reticulum, extensor reticulum, extensor reticulum. Does anybody have any questions about the hand or the arm? No? I have zero clue why like these models just leak in water. It's kind of gross though. Alright, so now we're going to be working on the leg. You guys can see the leg. I'm going to be putting this sideways so you're not going to see the full thing, but we'll work on the leg first. So the first term we have is the psoas major muscle. And the psoas major muscle is going to be this portion right here. This portion. Psoas major muscle. And then the psoas minor muscle is going to be this small slither right here. You guys can see that. Psoas minor muscle is going to be the small slithered muscle right here. So once again, psoas major muscle is the bigger portion, and then the psoas minor muscle is this little slither muscle right here. And then next we have the iliacus muscle, and the iliacus muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Iliacus muscle. And then next we have the gluteus maximus muscle. This is going to be the gluteus maximus muscle. This muscle right here. maximus muscle. Gluteus minimus or gluteus medius muscle, excuse me. So below, we don't have like a model for it, but below the gluteus medius muscle is the gluteus mini or it's like mini muscle. Is there? Give me a second.
Wait, so the gluteus maximus is above the gluteus?
And then the minimus is under your. So I thought that's.
Did it eat mini me?
Yeah, gluteus minimus muscle. So the gluteus minimus muscle, it would be more of a word question. So what would be below the gluteus medius muscle, and that would be the gluteus minimus muscle. Just take that into consideration for possible practical or quiz questions. So what's below the gluteus medius muscle, guys?
Minimus.
There we go. See, we're all locked in. We're all ready. We have the piriformis muscle next, and the piriformis muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Piriformis muscle. And then below the piriformis muscle, we have the superior gemellus muscle. That's going to be this muscle right here. Superior gemellus muscle. And then we have the obturator internus muscle, which is this muscle right here. Obturator internus muscle. And then this muscle right here is going to be the inferior gemellus muscle. Inferior gemellus muscle. And then we have the quadratus femoris muscle right here. Quadratus femoris muscle. Okay, I'm gonna go through these again. So starting from the top, we have the piriformis muscle right here. And then below that, we have the superior gemellus muscle. And then below that, we have the obturator internus muscle. And then we have the inferior gemellus muscle. And then we have the quadratus femoris muscle right here. And you guys, what is this?
Gluteus.
There we go. Awesome. So I'm gonna flip the leg around a little bit, and we see this muscle right here, right? This muscle right here is going to be the tensor fasciolata muscle. Tensor fasciolata muscle. Now there's a lot of different muscles you guys can see. It's a little confusing, but it's not. So this first muscle right here, I'm just gonna go through it. This long muscle going down, all the way down here. This is going to be the sartorius muscle. Super, super long one. Sartorius muscle. And then you have a muscle right here. And this is going to be the vastus medialis muscle. Vastus medialis muscle. And then this muscle right here, this is going to be the rectus femoris muscle. This whole muscle, rectus femoris muscle. So we have the long muscle, which is this, going down, sartorius muscle. And then we have this muscle right here, vastus medialis muscle. And then we have the muscle in the middle of all this, and this is going to be the rectus femoris muscle. And then on the side, right here, we have the vastus lateralis muscle. Vastus lateralis muscle. And then for a reminder, this muscle right here is going to be the tensor fasciolata muscle. So we're gonna do a little quick run through one more time. Tensor fasciolata muscle. Sartorius muscle is the long muscle going down. Rectus femoris muscle right here. And then we have our vastus medialis muscle right here. And then we have our vastus lateralis muscle right here. So this is going to be the vastus intermedius muscle, so this right here, and also this right here. So if you guys see a sticker right here, it could literally be in the middle right here, wherever, vastus intermedius muscle, or if you see a sticker on this is the vastus intermedius muscle. Any questions? Vastus intermedius muscle. So next we have the pectineus muscle. So just follow my pointer. I'm going to make a little triangle. This right here is going to be the pectineus muscle. So you guys see a sticker right here, or if I make a triangle on a quiz like this, you know I'm asking for the pectineus muscle. And then right below the pectineus muscle and this little crevice you guys can see, this muscle right here, this is going to be the adductor brevis muscle. Adductor brevis muscle. And then this muscle right here, this whole muscle, this is going to be the adductor longus muscle. Adductor longus muscle. Then we're going to flip it around even more. This muscle, starting from here, going down to here, this is going to be the gracilis muscle. Gracilis muscle. And then we have the adductor magnus muscle right here. This is going to be the adductor magnus muscle. Adductor magnus muscle. And once again, this is the gracilis muscle. And then this is the adductor longus muscle. Any questions? No? next we have the biceps femoris muscle. And the biceps femoris muscle is going to be right here. Biceps femoris muscle. And then the semitendinous muscle is going to be this right here. So biceps femoris muscle right here, and then the semitendinous muscle is right here. And then, so this is the semitendinous muscle, if you guys can see, and then there's like a sliver right here, right? This muscle right here is going to be the semimembranous muscle. See how there's a line that distinguishes it? That's how you guys know. Semimembranous muscle. And then the semitendinous muscle is right here. Semimembranous muscle. Once again, this is the semitendinous muscle, and this is the semimembranous muscle. So next we have the tibialis anterior muscle, and the tibialis anterior muscle is going to be this muscle right here. Tibialis anterior muscle. And then this muscle right here. This is going to be the extensor digitorum longus muscle. And if you take this off, this right here, this muscle right here, actually, this one, see how it goes up, makes a little triangle, and it goes down? This is going to be the extensor hallucis longus muscle. Extensor hallucis longus muscle. Extensor hallucis longus muscle. Side of the leg. It's like coming apart, my bad. This muscle right here, just a little small muscle right here, this is going to be the fibularis brevis muscle. Fibularis brevis muscle. And then follow my outline, so from here to here, this is going to be the fibularis longus muscle. Fibularis longus muscle, and then fibularis brevis muscle. The brevis is the smaller, the longest is the bigger. Fibularis longus muscle, fibularis brevis muscle. So next we have the gastrocnemius muscle. The gastrocnemius muscles are your calves, if you guys didn't know. Yeah. Next we have the soleus muscle. So the soleus muscle can be seen right here. Also can be seen right here. And then if you take it apart, you're going to see the soleus right here as well. Just so you guys know. this right here is going to be the Achilles tendon. And then take the cap off. So this muscle from here to here, this is going to be the tibialis posterior muscle. Tibialis posterior muscle. And then this muscle right here, this is going to be the popliteus muscle. Popliteus muscle right here. And then the tibialis posterior muscle. And then this muscle on this side, going down, this is going to be the flexor hallucis longus muscle. Flexor hallucis longus muscle. Once again, the flexor hallucis longus muscle, and then on the other side, right here, we have this muscle. This is going to be the flexor digitorum longus muscle. Flexor digitorum longus muscle. Popliteus muscle. Tibialis posterior muscle. Give me 1 minute. Put this back together. Alright, so next we have the plantaris muscle. The plantaris muscle is going to start right here and go down this would be the plantaris muscle. So you guys saw a little sticker right here. You guys know it's the plantaris muscle. If you saw me starting here and going down, I'm asking for the plantaris muscle. And that is it, guys. Does anybody have any questions?